Here we are back for the final match of the day. And Jason, do you hear the music in the background? It's time for Dorado. It's been in the pool the entire time, but now we finally get to go there. Pinatas for everyone.
You know, we talked about this map yesterday, and we were theory crafting about Moira. And I still think we're not going to see a lot of Moira on second point, though first point I think is okay. It's like kind of viable. And third point, it's kind of viable. But we talked about like the verticality when it comes to Moira as her inherent weakness when it comes to healing. I'm curious though if we're gonna see maybe some like old school Ana Lucio or like some Lucio Zen, probably most likely. And considering that I believe, let me just scroll back real quick. Who chose this? I think it was FU.
It might have been FU. Part of the Fusion University curriculum, of course, we're not being vulgar here.
Oh no, EnVision chose it, sorry. Just wanted to clarify that really quickly. EnVision did choose it. EnVision? What the?
Yeah, I was going to say Envious. I don't see Taimu. The good old days back when they were envious and not the Dallas.
Back when they were winning.
Yeah, I was actually tempted to go there, but you just stole my punchline and then some. But look, if any team can bring it back, it's going to be the Fuel. But that's a story for another day. This time, Jason, we're telling the story of EnVision taking on College, otherwise known as Fusion University. Speaking of, what are we looking at here for this FU defense?
Don't know yet, because Who Are You still hasn't loaded in. Okay, Who Are You is going in with it. Of course. I mean, it's going to be Genji, right? Like super standard, dive comp. You want to be aggressive, want to catch them out. I want to know if they want to go for a dive right as they spawn back out, or if they want to dive a little bit later on. With Buds on the Widowmaker, which we did luckily get to be graced with yesterday on Temple of Anubis, he was insane. So I don't think you want to give him much room to play with, much room to breathe. And that's going to be Who Are You's job, I'd say, for the most part.
So Buds historically has been somewhat of a streaky player, but what we saw from him yesterday was nothing but pure greatness. If he can channel that again, he's going to be one of the most horrifying players to play against in all of this tier, or really all of the game period. It would be impressive even at the OWL level. So I'm definitely excited to see what Buds has here. All eyes should be on him in the beginning, and we'll see if he can continue his reign of terror.
It looks like they're going to go for an immediate engagement too, with the way they're set up. You got your supports in the back, you got your tanks and your DPS up front. Zachary is going to counter the other building if Buds does go out there, which he does do exactly that. And they actually haven't done it. They backed away, so maybe they weren't feeling too confident. They're going to wait for the Haley to get around the corner though.
Remember, chat, if you had no friends, now you have Buds. Or at least that's going to be the saying if he kills someone here. So far, just looking for early picks, and the pressure is rather intense from EnVision right now. We haven't seen FU really challenge this Widowmaker too heavily, so right now it's a free pass, but this archway is usually when the engagement begins. But Zachary got picked immediately.
Jaro was camping the high ground, and Zachary just came running around the corner. A quick 1-2 punch or 1-2 shuriken to finish him off, and Buds gets a kill to Beast Halo, so the push might be able to come in here.
Quick pick off from Buds, gets onto Zen. Who Are You? Chasing him down and finishing his plate, but might be a bit of a moral victory here because overall, the flow of the match in favor of EnVision. Jaru set the tone with that early pick, Jason, and now EnVision working their advantage.
Who Are You still behind him though, and he's waiting for the respawns back in. I think he's looking for Buds. Yeah, Buds is still in Widowmaker, and Buds is running directly over him. I think he hears him coming out, but he's got protection. He's got Eye Shiny there, being very smart about that with the Winston to give his Widow some protection.
And this is why you always have your basement sprayed for ninjas. You don't know if Who Are You is going to be down there. And now, off the damage he just did, he's built a blade. Finds Eye Shiny, dashes to the back, and he's not done yet. The blade comes out, looking for more. It's 3 kills for Who Are You, bringing the best of Korea to the States.
Again, like for a lot of these players, I guess for Crimzo in particular, and maybe Eye Shiny, who hasn't had like international LAN experience, it's kind of like a big presence in the game. It's Who Are You, the guy you've literally watched in Apex the last how many seasons now?
I hear
it's gotta get in your head.
I hear he's a transfer student into Fusion University.
He's on the what is it? What's it called?
You've lost the moment. I don't know what you're referring to.
When you go to another, whatever.
Doesn't matter. The moment's lost. But Who Are You? Waiting right now. Put it some pressure on the Buds, now rotating back around. Now, just tag teaming with Winston right now as EnVision looks confused, but Fire taken down by Cracklack, and the Self-destruct went over the top, caught him off guard, and this is just more time being bought for FU.
What'd you call me, ZP? Yeah, Bud's still trying to play towards Archway, though. Who are you actually is going to be backing off? He doesn't have another blade. He has a while to go, but Bud's has been dropped by Zachary. I think Bud's is going to have to switch away from this Widow. He has Who Are You and Zachary to worry about, and then potentially Beast Halo to join in the party. And that's not a frat party you want to go to at FU.
Well, definitely not. And Jason, you might be reading some minds here. As Buds, he had enough. He's now going to Tracer. This is a huge win for FU right now because you don't have to deal with the terror that was Buds yesterday. Who Are You? A large part of that disruption. And he's going to have a blade up here for the next fight. Valkyrie already opened up here from the offense, answered by a barrier. Who Are You? Looking to build up the blade, focusing down iShiny again. A trend now in this matchup.
Uh-oh.
Blade versus Transcendence. Here we go.
Transcendence is going to be actually disappearing for Crimzo. Who Are You can easily use his now. He's just waiting for that moment, waiting for the opportunity to go back in. He's got the orb, he's got the blade out, and he's looking for the kills. Crimzo not going to be felled just yet as he got the refund force out of Who Are You, but that's a quick double kill to Jaru. And that will allow them to hold it yet again. 30 seconds left to go for EnVision.
I just imagine this invisible wall of pressure, and it's being projected by Who Are You? Who assassinates Buds? My God, Buds did not see that coming.
I feel like Who Are You's done so many amazing plays that his amazing plays just become kind of like like normal. You have to see something like even super amazing out of him somehow to be like all excited, but he's just playing out of his skin so far. I don't actually know if he's in career right now playing, but either way, he's making this look easy.
Well, no matter where he's playing right now, the final answer is that he is dominating. 2-1 in favor of FU in what could be the final fight. Overtime in progress here on Dorado. The courtyard still relatively uncontested by this EnVision offense. They can't see what Who Are You sees, which is just nothing but red in his kill feed.
I don't think Who Are You's died this entire half, actually, now I think about it.
That
and they had
was
wow.
art. That
They
was
had
art.
Trance again.
Greatness from Who Are You, and there's really not much more to say.
I thought we figured out yesterday when they played against Paintbrush that there wasn't an art class at FU.
We might be wrong. Also, the term we were looking for was, what is a foreign exchange student?
There we go. I would fail at Jeopardy so bad. I think if FU made like the college like sweatshirts, I would totally wear an FU one. So hey, if you guys are out there, feel free to send me one to Germany. I'd wear it.
It might be the Fusion's first successful marketing product.
I think I'm like an extra large in American sizes, or in Germany extra large.
I'm also an extra large, but that's being several inches shorter than you, Jason, because I have a gut.
Yeah, a gut of abs.
Yeah, raw muscle.
Steel.
Yeah. Could cut oranges on that thing.
Why oranges of all the...
I don't know.
No,
the
you
best
can
I can come up with.
you can cut a knife with hot butter on your stomach. There you go.
You cut it with the butter. You don't melt the knife. You actually use the butter that cuts. We're reinventing the meta of all things linguistic here
Breakfast
today.
related.
Yeah.
But now we see Fusion University on the attack, right? And they don't have to go that far. 79 meters. I'm just gonna take a look at my screen how far that is. It's like right past the fountain. If Who Are You gets any sort of picking like he just did, like that's gonna be a relatively easy take. And this is EnVision's map choice.
What is easy victory for 500? Well, that's going to be Fusion University right now because it's going to take a ridiculous comeback by EnVision to even entertain the idea of bringing this map back.
Well, here we go, ZP, kicking things off on our second half of our first map of our last game of today. It's the winner bracket final between FU and EnVision. And let's see what FU can do as they go on the aggression here. Who Are You already backing away off the high ground of this building?
Who Are You should just be terrifying people with his glances right now. That's how dominating the first round was. Zachary gonna fall immediately though, so FU down a player to begin with. Who Are You? Well supported, has the orb at most times here. Alarm, working the synergy between the two of them. But Fusion University, they're outgunned, and what you're seeing is the counter dive coming from EnVision. They know they have the edge, and Fusion University gonna be backed out. And Jason, EnVision has to be this aggressive right now.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of room, and if they fight here, maybe they can get a fight a little bit later on. It'll be a little bit of a scrappy fight. Again, Bud's gonna be immediately aggressed on Who Are You, almost gets him down, and Who Are You gets the kill, gets out, and now they have the man advantage to push.
They're moving it forward, off the man advantage. Bud's long out of the fight. Crackalack can move his way in. Who are you? Takes down McGravy, and he's just moving from more a full-on slaughter in favor of FU. They're completing their coursework with time to spare.
Honestly, FU are looking so seasoned because we had Jaru jump in the backline against Alarm to try to pull off the 1v1 Tracer v Zen, and immediately Elk turned around and protected him. We talked about communication with the team yesterday. We'll get back to that later on because the final bout is coming.
Final bout underway. McGravy just sacrificing that Korean War mech for the goal of adding 2 seconds. Not very effective in the least, but something he had to do. Who are you? A finishing blade coming out here, backed up by Alarm's Transcendence. EnVision buys a little bit of time with the Sound Bearer, but they don't have positioning. They don't have the kill power they need right now, and no Bud's able to pick off one. It's just not enough. As Who Are You is dash resetting like a madman.
Though, unfortunately, I think Fire only caught himself with that Sound Barrier. I only saw it on him, but a little unfortunate he got knocked away at the last second. But something I was trying to go into was the communication within the team for Fusion University. Because yesterday we got to see on King's Row the whole Who Are You Doomfist knock up into the Beast Halo Earthshatter, and obviously with the team with mixed languages, mixed residences technically, they've shown that they've melded together really well as a team. Like again, Alarm got jumped on by Jaru on the Tracer v Zen, and Elk was there within a split second to protect and to boop Jaru away and to keep him alive, and so was Beast Halo too. So they're definitely communicating well within a team, and sometimes that's the hardest thing to have happen for some reason in a team.
Thank you for that next level analysis. That wasn't just Who Are You dominated everyone, which also might have been the biggest point of all. Where
I mean, that's viable analysis.
It is good analysis. It is truth. But my God, that was a Genji clinic. I didn't realize Fusion University had that. That was just silly.
See, you thought Who Are You goes to FU, but no, he's actually a professor there.
It makes sense. Every part of it makes sense, and my goodness. Well, we're going straight to King's Row, and this is a 3 out of 5, but if Fusion University continues playing like that, it could be shorter than a 2 out of 3. That was absurd.
Wait, say that again? Sorry, I just got confused. It's like 4 a.m. here, so give me a break.
Okay, it's a 3 out of 5, but if Fusion University keeps playing like that, they can make it quicker than your average 2 out of 3.
Gotcha. Nailed it. That was perfect, actually. I'm sorry. It's so late here, and I'm trying to be like kind of quiet to not wake people up.
It's okay. My brain occasionally has instant rewind. It's really back when I used to rent from Blockbuster, because that's how old I am. I remember renting videotapes from Blockbuster.
Do you remember when Blockbuster we had a Hollywood Video as well where I lived. I had this like the consoles, like you could play it at the store. First time I ever touched the Nintendo 64 was that, playing Super Mario 64.
And so I got an N64 for Christmas that year. I didn't actually play it in the stores. I think I played it like Toys R Us demos and whatnot. But my Hollywood Video story is I never owned a Dreamcast, which I'm sad to say, but I really wanted to play Sonic Adventure.
Crazy Taxi was the reason to buy a Dreamcast.
I know. I wasn't a very good gamer back then. I didn't have my priorities in order, but I did rent a Dreamcast from Hollywood Video for a week, and that was enough to finish Sonic Adventure, which was okay. Wasn't the best game, wasn't the worst. The games, though, did look incredibly sick. Like, the leap from the N64 generation, the Dreamcast, was probably one of the biggest leaps graphics I've ever had, or ever will have since, but it was cool.
Well, my second time ever playing... actually, I didn't play Sonic past the Game Gear. Like, that's how old I date back. The Game Gear, played Sonic 1 and 2. Pokemon Snap.
All right.
At Blockbuster was great.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people really revere Pokemon Snap as sort of this ultimate game that I never actually played, but apparently had more depth than just taking pictures of Pokemon. Yeah,
there was a little bit more depth to it. I don't think it was like an amazing best game ever, but it wasn't bad. It was because it was just like it was 3D Pokemon, I think was the reason.
And just think, we're going to have more 3D Pokemon on the way when the Switch gets a new Pokemon game.
Dude, imagine virtual reality with Pokemon.
Holy shit. Imagine all the walls you could destroy by throwing your VR controller too hard. We're just like, I choose you! Crash!
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's going to happen. No window is safe when a Pikachu is in the house. But, Jason, take a look at King's Row, because that is our next map.
So let's see. On the defense, it will be FU starting things off with, probably going the same strategy, the same composition, because you know what? If it's not broken, why change it? Why try to fix it? I think it's more on EnVision now. Like, they know what they're up against. They weren't able to get first point on Dorado. FU did it really quickly on their go. They lost like one fight and were able to turn it around after that. They have to come up with something unique, and I'm not sure. They need like a good counter to Who Are You. They need some sort of answer to this. I would assume we would have seen like maybe some Reinhardt, because that's what we saw FU use in their matches yesterday against LCG here.
You would think, certainly, if nothing else, they need to do something to neutralize Who Are You, because it's sort of triage, right? When you see that one player is doing that much against you, you have to change your game plan around it to a degree. Now, that being said, Buds does play a pretty meaty Junkrat here. Who Are You might have to play around that to a degree, because it doesn't really matter how you're moving if you run into Junkrat in a wrong alley. So, the Buds vs. Who Are You show, definitely going to be something to watch.
We're going to see triple tank out of the offending team, or the offensive team out of EnVision. This means a lot more damage for Who Are You to do to build up a blade, to be fair. They're going to immediately get on the point. Who Are You coming around the backside, spots out Jaru, spots out Bud. Zachary's going to just pounce in. They actually like phase them in and then attacked.
Zachary blown up by that early mine. Who Are You having to back out early on, but he only has 40% to a blade. So even though attackers are a bit of advantage in terms of momentum here, it's still winnable for the defense. Who Are You sticking with the team, backing with the D.Va right now, throwing most of the damage into the shield. Now, warping around, almost has to watch a step. Buzz blocks off that one angle of attack. And so far, this attack isn't too bad for EnVision. The flow is back and forth, they've built up a coalescence, and they get the D-Mech on the Crackalack, and they're being very methodical here in limiting Who Are You's range of movement. Gets hammered to the face, but still somehow gets out. Not for long, though. Jaru shuts him down.
I think that's the first time Who Are You's died so far in the series, actually. I don't think he died a single time on Dorado.
Well, it's not Dorado, it's not the Wild West, it's Kings Row, where you just don't have as much room to move.
Well, that's going to be a good take, actually. Working out well for them here. Bud's getting really close to Riptire. Jaru, 60% on his Graviton. But here he's going to have a blade up. Ice Shiny's gone onto the Reinhardt. So we're going to see, I would assume Beast Halo's going to switch too, because we're not running a Ryan against a Ryan. It's really dangerous. It means your Earth Shatter is going to be pretty much guaranteed to hit. So if they're going to keep this Winston, they have to force fights. They have to be aggressive. They have to dive for this dive comp.
Well, speaking of diving, Who Are You? Blade at the ready. Rotating back to the team. It's Who Are You and Zachary together. Now, Who Are You? Rotating around, waiting for the signal to go. You have to think the Transcendence is going to go with it. Alarm takes a bit of damage, and now here comes the blade. Alarm doesn't Transcendence. Oh, what a tire! The Transcendence doesn't matter. Who Are You? Run right over.
Oh, there should have comes in as well out of Ice Shiny onto Alarm. They want to get that kill and lock it down just to guarantee they can push a little bit further. Crackalack gets the self-destruct off, gets a kill. Is it possible for them to turn this? Because they've got Tracer and they've got Winston working together in the backline.
This is a bad omen for EnVision here, where you don't get a better opening to that fight. You literally run the tire in the Who Are You's face, you remove him right away, and you still lose the fight. What do?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, if you commit that much to one person, or if you're all trying to focus that one person down, you forget about everyone else. It's like why sometimes dive comps don't work. You're trying to get supports. You're trying to get the soldier on like Hollywood. If you can't kill him, it's not going to work for you. But in the meantime, they hold on. They're still fighting. They only have a Soundbird to fight with. Zachary's though trying to build up that pulse, but the Graviton's going to whiff.
Yeah, he was going for the Graviton against the wall, but they weren't close enough, and when you try to be stylish, you fail all the same. Here comes Fusion University. Sound barrier up. Buds has another tire. Grabs Elk this time, but you left Who Are You alive. Still not too bad. The tire effectively killed two by D-Meching. Who Are You dashing his way through? A distraction to the back. Deflecting. 0 HP. Down he goes. And EnVision, they've gotten through the gauntlet.
I think Fire's doing a really good job with Lucio to counter the dive, because the whole point of the dive concept is you dive onto the right target, you kill it. But he's been speeding these targets away that they're trying to finish off, preventing them from like building up the kills to allow for you to get the resets, to get more resets, to keep dashing over and over again, to just win these fights pretty single-handedly.
Well, EnVision, they've dealt with that and more. Now McGravy, self-destruct up. This is where he can set the tone. This would be a big self-destruct. Can't force it. iShiny, though, under pressure, needs to back out. Gets Moira healed up, and now the self-destruct makes him space. Doesn't quite connect it. Uh-oh, Who Are You? To the back line. Finishes iShiny. Looking for more. Cuts through Moira, makes it 2.
was really disgusting communication within FU. So, Beast Halo baits Ice Shiny into swinging with his hammer. The second that happens, Alarm gets a Discord orb onto him, and then Zachary and Huri pounce on that target to kill him onto Ice Shiny on the Reinhardt. Because when he's discorded and you have the hammer swinging and the pulse rifles and the shurikens, you can easily finish off the tank.
And you see that again, the focus on the Ice Shiny. They continue to put that out, but they got to pick out the Elk. Buds over the top did that. Now, this Coalescence weaving its way through. Kaio, Ken, and more. Crimzo powering on through. Ryu's gonna fall towards the end, and suddenly, EnVision, this could be a quick time, Jason.
Yeah, very quick. 3 minutes left to go. Beast Halo is about to have an Earth Shatter, but Bud's is gonna have a Riptire, and the Riptire can lock them in. Ryu switching over to Doomfist, though. I think he's trying to go for the strategy. He's trying to knock up Ice Shiny to go for the Earth Shatter. They're trying to pair this together like they did yesterday.
Well, while that's going on, Tire, Buds, top, moving, goes in, finds Who Are You. The Doomfist is gone. One of the threats eliminated. But there's the Earth Shatter. It works out well. Beast Halo on the way in. Picks up 3. He's charged up. He's on fire.
He hit 5 with that Earth Shatter, FYI.
Good lord.
Yeah, again, a lot of commitment being thrown onto Who Are You. Like, they use the tire onto him, which, I mean, to be fair, you're going to take that any day of the week if you're playing against Who Are You. You want to kill him, if anything. But they forgot about Beast Halo, and Shiny wasn't able to block out on this.
Now, as we move forward, we do have a tank ult up in Earth Shatter. We're about to have a Graviton. Alarm can mitigate a lot with this Transcendence, so there's not the fall through there normally would be. And Who Are You? Oh, there's the Earth Shatter. Opens up from Ice Shiny, but the Transcendence is there. Gonna keep people nice and alive. Late Graviton comes out. I'm not sure it actually hit anything from my point of view. And here we go, in the back. Jaru, Dead Eye up. Looking for anything right now. And taken down by Alarm. Alarm from downtown. All the orbs you can handle applied directly to forehead.
Well, I mean, one match we haven't even talked about is Crimzo versus Alarm, because Crimzo yesterday was probably the most standout Zenyatta we've seen all tournament. The amount of kills he was able to get over and over was ridiculous. So maybe we'll get to see some Zen out of him a little bit later on. Zachary's got the Deadeye up yet again, though, or Deadeye up to counter for the push in. But Buds has another tire ready to be used.
And EnVision has gotten the most mileage out of Bud's tires here so far. Here comes another tire. Fire in the hole. Cracklock had already demeched. Look at the path he's taking. Weaving around. Finds Beast Halo. Wait, what? Were they not on the point? Oh my word.
Cloud9.
Cloud9. Yikes. That's a yikes. That's not... I mean, they were down a little bit in that fight, but they weren't even trying to.
They had Shiny dead. They had the Reinhardt dead. That should have been them, I think, holding the point.
Yep.
They had their own shield ready, still to be used for out of Beast Halo. A little unfortunate.
I mean, there's points where teams are going to the point and it's funny. There's times where they don't and it's shocking. Jason, I just feel sadness right now.
Really?
Yeah, just a bit.
I think
a little bit of depression at that. It's like, how do you not get in the point there? Come on, guys.
Can you ever call yourself a pro team if you've never had Cloud9 happen to you once?
I mean, yes, you can. I think that the team that can eventually say that will probably be a future Overwatch League champion. Or every team has those moments, but hey.
I was gonna say, if you've never had a Cloud9 happen against you in ranked, then dear lord, I want to play in your ranked games. It's happened to me more times than not.
Oh dear lord, you don't. I'm cursed. We will have all sorts of Torbjorns on our team in the wrong situation. But Jason, let's swap sides.
Yep.
How about this defense?
Double tank with Soldier and Junkrat. I don't know how I feel about Soldier and Junkrat on defense. Like Soldier Tracer, yeah, I can feel like that because you can control the high ground really well, but Soldier and Junkrat, you don't have the Diva you need to counter a Moira if it's being played against you.
You don't, and I think what they're counting on here is that Buds will disrupt them as they go through the archway, and Jar will be sort of the rock in the back, but they're very prone here to losing momentum if Buds goes down early or Jaru somehow manages to get dove on. And look at how Fusion University is approaching this. They're just going for the high ground. Buds takes the fight up in melee range.
The supports are left open. Alarm's left open, Elk's left open. I'm really surprised EnVision's not turning around just killing them.
They should be, but they're not. They're still focused on the front line. Buds, only 47% ult charge, not quite enough to get a tire for the rest of this fight, unless things change, and not, the reverse side. The attackers are defenders, the defenders are attackers, and Buds is out of the fight. This is a bit of a disaster in the brewing for EnVision.
Bit of a disaster. I think it's an understatement here. Einstein's going for the charge, just the point, but it's just going to lead to his death. He does get a great shield from McGravy, though, to keep alive for a little bit longer, and most importantly, to give McGravy that energy as he gets fully stacked in, but he eventually does die to Zachary.
They've given up 2 ticks here so far, in the process of giving up the 3rd. Zachary is trying to do a little bit of cleanup there and succeeded. Fusion University, a quick first point take, and I just agree with your point that you brought up there, Jason. They should have gone back on the supports. They had a clear opportunity, but they were just focused on what was in front of them.
I mean, the only issue I see with them of potentially of going for Alarm was that they don't have a diva to get high ground. They don't have a monkey to get high ground. So I guess I can understand it's a little bit difficult to get Alarm from the position he was in, but Elk was there to be picked off pretty quickly. And now a fight's already breaking out here, as you can see the aggression coming out of FP.
Oh, nice sleep. It's a charge. Who are you? Destroyed. Oh my word. That was beauty in action from Crimzo to iShiny. And that could very well let EnVision get back to this fight, and they are. There's denied Dragon Blades, Jason, and there's destroyed Dragon Blades. Oh! All right. Forget everything I just said. Zachary just pulled that one right back. What a bomb.
Oh, no.
What in the world? Zachary, you do realize you used to play for Renegades.
He stuck
My God,
Jaru.
man.
He stuck Jaru, and Jaru kind of was surrounded by teammates there. That should not happen. But Gravy, he doesn't have his pulse bomb his graviton just yet, but they have 5 ultimates to use either way.
I am speechless right now. Zachary, still hungry for more. In the back line, here comes the tire after Buds. Takes down Who Are You. Don't know if it's going to be enough to withstand this assault, but they do have 2 effectively. B-Ball Zachary, he's on a stealth mission right now in the back. Probably just going to wait for the rest of his team to reset as he stealthily hides behind a crate.
They used 4 ultimates to defend that. Fire, Crimzo, Jara, and Buds all ulting to make sure to hold on to this. They're going to have a grab and an Earth Shatter to follow up now because... I mean, I can understand you want to defend second point, but that was a lot of ult.
Okay, Zachary's still stuck back here. Man down. Saving Private Zachary. Look at this.
I wonder if he can flake Ana. Maybe go for Crimzo.
I think that's his intent. But Crimzo's on the high ground. He has copied the Obi-Wan Kenobi strategy. Zachary, still in the back. All right, finally he's moving in. The time is nigh. Sound barrier going to be connecting as we see Fusion University work their way in. Who Are You? Grabs Jaru early on. And there's a graviton from defense, but it's not really worth much. The Earth Shatter comes in to fall through, and the Earth Shatter is what really makes that work. iShiny effectively killing 3, and might be EnVision still holding on here, Jason.
I like the grab out of Gravy, actually. It caught Alarm and Elk together. Both supports, you'll take that. You kill both supports off, you're going to win that fight, when especially Crimzo and Fire is still alive. I know Jaru had a rough game with Zarya before. We actually seen Jaru and McGravy both switch between Zarya back in APAC in early November last year. So it's good to see they both can still kind of pick up this hero. But they committed a lot of their ultimates. They're using them every single time they're up, and Alarm's going to have his Transcendence, and the Blade is right around the corner.
This is Fusion University's time to get through here. If they don't get through here, they're very likely going to get full held. Now they're moving around the left side. Alarm, Transcendence in reserve. They're moving forward. Who Are You? Already diving in deep. They're really putting this position in the right way, but the tire, the only way that EnVision gets through, and he gets Who Are You? But it came at the cost of Buds, so it's still 5-on-5. DPS game effectively reset. McGravy looking to build up a grab, not very close to it. They've lost Crimzo, they're healing the back.
Moving.
Hurt,
the payload's
and yeah,
moving.
it's still moving, you're right! They're sneaking it, who's on the payload right now? It's Elk. Elk almost got there, but it is contested now. Didn't quite get away with it. But now Fusion University, they take advantage of the distraction.
Well, they split them up. Yeah, exactly. Taking complete advantage of the distraction. Zachary's gonna stick another pulse bomb on a Jaru. Another kill, and Who Are You with the Blade Buzz. You got the Nano, but I don't know if the Nano's gonna be enough to keep you alive. The Discord Orb will be there, but it doesn't matter. Crimzo gets the kill with Bio Grenade. And have they held this seriously?
EnVision, this isn't even the first time they held here. They were doing this all day yesterday. Their second point defense, stuff of legends. Beast Halo, take a nap, son. It might be over. Now you're in a bear trap. What are you doing? How do you fall asleep and roll into a bear trap? For shame. For shame. Jason,
60 seconds.
1 minute left. What do they do to get through here against this alt barrage that's on deck for EnVision?
I think they gotta hope for something lucky. Either a reflect or an eat onto the graviton to allow them to pick up these kills. Another tire's gonna be in a few seconds out of Bud, and Bud's has been focusing Who Are You every single time with this. He got the trap set up so no one can get to him to kill him while he's doing this. And the engage has come in. He's gonna look for this. Who Are You's right up around the corner. Who Are You doesn't even know where he is. Bud's, the tire's coming up. The Earthshot lands.
They picked off Gyro early. The tire, though, connects. Here's the graviton for extra good measure. EnVision on the verge of another second point hold here on Kings. But Zachary and Who Are You? Still threats in the backline. Flankers can very well open this up. Sound barrier in, so is Transcendence. Both teams diving the point. Zachary, a surgeon in the back, finds iShiny. Now looking for more, backed up by Who Are You? Who Are You? 83%, 90%, a blade. A storm is approaching here, Jason, and they're not even gonna need it. They get the kills they need, and Fusion University, mercifully, gonna get through and get second point.
Yeah, they're already gonna be behind in time when it comes to finishing this map off. If they don't finish it overtime, they will have the extra time allotted to them. All EnVision needs to do is just force the overtime out. If you do that, you're gonna have your second chance to attack, and then you're gonna have a good chance of picking up this map and tying things up.
Who Are You? On the top, Blade once more locked and loaded. Not much to stand in his way. No barrier in sight. He knows it. He loves it. The Blade into the back. Looking for more. Blown right up. Fire strike. Watch yourself because your pants were on fire. Fusion University, though, still making this an even fight.
Jar is still alive. He's got the tracer. The pulse bomb didn't land, but he did zone him off the payload for a little bit of time. The payload will continue to move. Who Are You is not alive, but he's respawned back in, as well as Beast Halo coming back to join the party. McGravy's gonna die a little bit late here. Crimson's gonna have a nano boost. He's probably gonna put on to iShiny and hope for dear Lord that he gets a Earth Shatter off.
iShiny holding on to the Shatter. Right now, the one hope for EnVision on this defense. Tire, once more up for Buds. Finds Who Are You again. Heat-seeking Tire, working its magic. iShiny, still holding on to the Shatter. 22 seconds left, and no, he falls. Alarm from afar, takes him down. Zooms in on the Transcendence. iShiny, not in the fight, and he used his Earthshine and didn't get anything from it. Zachary piling on. And at the last moments here, Fusion University, they need to do this with at least 1 second remaining to get an attack. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in overtime. They don't get an attack. EnVision has done their job, even if Fusion caps it here, which they do.
All right, so now what, 1 minute and 22 seconds for EnVision to capture the first third of the first point. Otherwise, we're going to a tiebreaker on a controlled point map of random choosing. Well done there. I mean, Buds, considering, you know, the display we saw in Dorado, he's really stepped up coming onto Kings Row. The tires might have been focused on to just Who Are You, but they're taking such an integral part away from this team of FU to accomplish what they're trying to do.
No one said Buds wasn't a good rat there, Jason, and good Junkrat is what he plays.
I mean, now I'm trying to wonder, like...
There's no hidden reference there. That's
yeah, no. Fusion University, like, they took the front on the first attack. Remember, they went completely around them, and they forced EnVision to be really indecisive in what they wanted to do. Attack the supports, push into them. So for them to kind of, like, work past that now and figure out their way to attack after losing in the first 1 or 2 tries, when only have 1 minute and 22 to make it happen with, it's going to be a little bit difficult.
They don't have much time to work with here, but the upside here, Jason, they're playing with the house money. The worst they can do is a tie, and to a sense, the pressure is off. But the way FU has been playing, you can't take any map win for granted. They would love to pick up this one here. Of course, this is the best out of 5, Jason, so the night is still young.
Thanks, man. It's really young
the
for
sun
me.
is yeah, the sun is shining, and the night is so young, it's not even night anymore for JCap. Shout out to Jason for
It's not morning
ruining
for
his
me, I
sleep
think.
schedule.
Oh, here's the push coming in. That's a big barrel grenade landing onto so many different targets. iShiny below half HP. Buds, though, has gotten in a really good position. He's spamming away at Who Are You, but he just can't seem to hit these grenades for now, and now he's out of position himself. They're going to charge straight into him, and that's a quick kill.
Buds falling rather quickly here. EnVision still working their way in. But the problem is they don't have the Junkrat damage to back this up, so unless Jaru lands a big hook, they're just going to have to back out. They're getting out-pressured, out-poked, and now Buds, though, is rejoining the fight. But the problem is that in that period of stagger, they lost Ice Shiny as well.
Buds has a tire. And like every fight he's been killing Who Are You with the tire seems to have been working out for them, except the one we did see in Streets.
You know, if you're in a team house with Who Are You, I think you just like make the tire noise like your ringtone, and you just cause him to start foaming at the mouth anytime he hears that noise.
It's anxiety every time.
That's the way it's going right now. But Ice Shiny falls that pulse bomb early on. Buds not quite to the tire yet. Zachary's decimated the tank front line. Buds unable to bring it back. He finally builds up a tire, but there's just not time. The hold is in progress here, and it very well might be a tie.
We got a blade come up for Who Are You as well. Alarm gets a great kill. That's going to be a great transcendence to buy them the time and the healing need. The tire has come in from spawn. Who Are You? Just PTSD from that last round as he stays away from it. This time, Shiny, he will fall. And it looks like we will, like you said, go into a tiebreaker map.
Tiebreaker is where we're going. Our first draw of the entire Overwatch Beat Invitational so far. What a comeback though for EnVision after just getting completely stomped on Dorado.
Yeah, I mean King's Road definitely looks a lot better for them. Maybe a lot more practice. Of course, we know what the play of the game is going to be. And he even gets a spray off in it too. It's a spray off, a little bit of quick teabagging on his own spray.
A little bit of squatting. You know, you always want to make sure you keep your lower body health in good working condition.
Dude, Mitch is all about those squats. He's got some ridiculous thighs.
I have not looked at Mitch's lower backside, but I will take your word for it.
Oh, no, his thighs, not his.
Okay, I mean, thighs are in the same general location there, Jason.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about the front of his thighs, not the backside.
All right, whatever.
Anyways, let's move on past.
We're just
past
gonna move
dreams.
across. Yes, the dreams and things, and I don't even know. We're just moving past. We're moving.
You know, everyone has their precast rituals. You know, we slap each other on the ass. You know, you do your thing. Hex does his.
There's something involving a can opener. Totally didn't steal that from Suits. Yeah, you know, it's fine. All right, so
I told you about that.
People told me about that. Don't worry about it. So I don't. It's funny. McGravy's saying in chat, I don't know how this works. I'm not sure.
So as far as I know, so they did a coin flip, and then the winner chooses out of the available control maps of what they want.
All right. And is it a best of one or a best of three?
It would be a best of three on control.
All right. So it's still best of three. So we just basically play an extra control map.
Yeah.
Is Oasis in the pool?
No. It should just be Lijiang Tower and Ilios, as far as I remember.
You know what? That's fine. And it looks like we're going to Lijiang anyways. So Lijiang Tower going to be up next for FU versus EnVision. Of course, King's Row was a tie, so we just move our way right along. I gotta say, man.
What's up?
No, I was just gonna say, I mentioned it the other day, but I still gotta say it now because if Zachary was playing badly, I'd be referencing the part where I don't know why he was picked up because he wasn't doing well with Renegades, but Zachary's been playing really well. I don't know what sort of hyperbolic time chamber he went into. I didn't realize that that was actually a thing that existed in real life. I thought it was only in Dragon Ball, but Zachary has been probably the most improved player I've seen in a very long time, and kudos to him.
It goes back to the old saying of you could put, 5, 6 of the best players in the world on a team, but doesn't mean the team would actually be good. It just depends on how the individuals get along with each other.
Yeah. So what you're saying is
important.
You can put 6 of the best Overwatch players in the world in Detroit, but just like the Lions, they will never succeed or win anything. That's what you're telling me.
I remember when the Lions used to be good. When they had Barry Sanders.
Yeah, right? They didn't win anything there either.
They were all right. They were decent.
Dece doesn't win you Super Bowls, Jason.
Yeah, it's true. Apparently, Tifa put it into spectator mode or into skirmish mode in this game. So, long days. We have to give a shout out to Tifa. She's been admin this whole process, helping talk to all the teams to get them involved in the tournament, as well as Dasher, who's been doing all the production, observing for us. Not only do we have long days, so do they.
It's true. And thank you to Dasher on the production end. Thank you to Tifa on the admin end. Contrary to the popular belief, this is not more rigged than FIFA, even though our admin may be Tifa.
I mean, she's coin flipping, and we have no proof that the flips she's doing are actually landing on what she's saying.
Our tournament is only slightly less rigged than FIFA. Sorry, I've corrected myself.
She's not getting paid by the teams. Wait, is she? No, I don't know.
We don't know. I mean, if you want the rigged coin flips in your favor, just you always have the option. Just I wouldn't recommend it. Would be bad if you were found out.
I mean, they're throwing for skins, obviously. It looks like we're about to get underway, though. Everyone's loaded back in. We have to do this weird little funky thing where some of the players leave off of FU to kind of force an East server, so pings balance for a majority of the players and most players in the game.
One day we'll get an East server for our EU comrades. By the way, shout out to all the EU players that are playing in the tournament under very high ping. It is, it's one of those things where you're putting your reputation on the line, and it's not really obvious to people that you're playing at a bit of a disadvantage, so shout out to those guys for making it happen. Obviously, a lot of those players will probably be moving to NA soon because of the competition coming in NA that they're trying to compete in, which is why they're in this tournament right now as opposed to focusing on the EU tournaments. But regardless,
just leaked to hear that Beat's doing contenders. Good job.
Yeah.
So
contenders on the brain. I don't know what to tell you.
Did just get confirmation from Tifa, so they're not doing tiebreaker until the end of the series. So if the series is 2-2, then we go to tiebreaker.
Okay, so this is not the tiebreaker. This is just business as usual.
So the fifth. So we've had this is our third map now for the Zhong Tower. We could be on our fifth map and still be a 2-2 because King's Row is a draw, and then we'd be going to another control map.
All right, we have clarified our map order here. Chat's just now catching up and hearing my dig on Detroit. Look, it's true. Detroit doesn't win anything. I guess people mention the Pistons. It's fine, but still, when were you last relevant? I don't know. Please don't hate me, City of Detroit, even though probably won't be in you soon. All right.
Yeah, little do you know, Contenders Season 2 is in Detroit.
Well, that would be...
So come do European Contenders then, CP. You'll be safe here.
All right. Well, let's move along from the issue of tendies and instead look towards Lijiang Tower, where we have a Zarya on one side, a Zarya on the other side, but we have the Hog in play. Who are you looking to make some bacon?
Quad Tank is going to be up against his brother Buds on Junkrat. He's going to be spamming away as much as possible. The Quad Tank is going to be very deadly, but it does mean that Buds gets a lot of tires up really quickly.
He does, and that's only if he can live. Who are you? Gonna get bounced up to the high ground, doesn't accept the gift, goes right back down. Beast Halo out of the fight early on, but this hook could be the equalizer. Goodbye, Crypto. Goodbye, Tank Healing. And Fusion University keeping it even right now. Who are you? He's gonna have that hook up here in a second. Heals back up to full. Hook, recharge, ready to go. Whips, doesn't it, Buds? Buds with a little bit of juke maneuver to the back. Not tire, dangerously close to getting built as he sends Beast Halo for a ride.
Oh my god, he got knocked up and then he got booped even further. That's unfortunate for him. The tire will come through. Will they have an answer for it though? It's sitting behind the pillar. It's going directly into the back line. It's going to catch an alarm. That's their tank healer now gone. And a big long skirmish happening still for this point.
Buds, off of that. It's enough. Long range concussion mine going to put it over the top. And EnVision, well on their way to the gank first control, and they do. Still a great turnaround here for EnVision, Jason, after what was a rough start.
And Jaro's got a grab too. So this now means that they can hold this doorway if they do want to. There's no Diva, there's Quad, actually there is a Diva, Krakenlecken. But to kind of block it's going to be very difficult. It's going to need to be a god play out of this man for them to prevent this from coming through. And again, Buds, he adds another tire in 30% time.
Jaro opens up with the Graviton here. Only gets Who Are You. It's a big target, but not one that can easily kill. Beast Halo drops a hammer. Here we go. 3 kills for Fusion University, and they're piercing on through.
Yeah, they're going to need to take this one back. About 35-40% going to be given up. And now they get to push back out if they do want to. The problem is they don't really have a lot of ultimates to make use of. They don't have the Graviton, but they now know that Zachary's going to be matched, and if not ahead of Jaru, since they did win out in that fight. Pushing directly into them here. The charge out of Zachary. Trying to tag along to see what it is, and I don't remember how spectator mode works, so I can't tell you, but either way, the Riptire's coming through out of Buds.
Riptire in and around, Riptire, round and round you go. Where is it gonna be? Where are you gonna go? 2 seconds, 1 second, nothing. Nothing good happens there. And yet, it's still a decent fight here for EnVision, or at least was. Here comes Fusion University, but they're on the wrong business end of this coalescence. They're going to get pushed back. But look at Zachary now on the flank. 95 energy, working his way in. Very close to building up a Graviton. He can just get a little bit more tank damage. Looking for D.Va for that purpose, 91%. Fusion University coming back in, but they lose 2 of their tanks, and down goes Zachary. The push comes to an end.
Yeah, it's gonna be grab again. But we already saw what happened last time that they met at this position. Buds again, another Reptire coming up very soon. iShiny's about to have his Earth Shatter up, so they're gonna, I'm assuming, back away from this one, not kind of get closed up. Maybe wait for them to come out, then speed in and catch him with the grab.
All right, Zachary, Graviton up. We'll see if they speed in as you predict. Waiting.
Good Buds.
Bud's setting up for the tire, firing the hole. There's the grab. Run right over. Yikes. Jaru striking first there. And Zachary gets to hold that grab a little bit longer. Holding the G as opposed to holding the L, but the L might be coming soon.
What's the L?
The L stands for a loss.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought there was like some ultimate in the game that I didn't know about or something.
No,
they're gonna push you back in. Zachary's gonna have the Graviton. Viso's gonna have a Shatter. Alarm's gonna have Coalescent. It's gonna be very hard. If Shiny hit a good Shatter here, he won't be able to. He could have been able to hold on.
Hit nothing but shield. Not what you want. Zachary, meanwhile, trying to move in. Drops the grab, picks up 2. Reinhardt moving in, swings the hammer. Fall through isn't really there. Not there in the least. EnVision firing back. The Riptire takes down 2. And EnVision holding firm. And Jason, they take another round.
Yeah, Beast Halo went for the charge instead of just shattering, and because of the charge, he ran right into Buds' damage, which finished him off and didn't allow him to get the ultimate off. That's really unfortunate. I can understand what Beast Halo was going for, but it didn't work out.
Whew. Props to EnVision, bringing this one back, and now we see swap-ups on both sides. Do we see the Pharah here? Buds fancies himself a Pharah player. I'm sort of mixed on. I've seen him have good Pharah games. I've seen him sort of just do nothing. But it doesn't appear like anyone's going for the Rocket Queen. Instead, it's going to be 76 on one end, a Genji on the other.
Yeah, I mean, Huri's Hog was pretty decent. I guess at the beginning, it doesn't really seem to be that impactful after. So I think this is going to be a more of a map that caters to his Genji and the way he likes to play it. I'm curious to see if they have an answer for it, though, because they did not on Dorado. They kind of did on King's Row due to the Junkrat out of Bud. But will you have it with the Soldier this time?
We'll see. Cracklocken able to take down not 1 but 2 tanks in the aid of his team there, and it's about as good of a start as you could expect from Fusion University, where it's just so hard in Overwatch to come back and your tank front line is gone. You have no support, and also means Who Are You gets to dine. Dinner with Who Are You. Don't let him wield the knife.
Probably wanted some chicken ranch pizza and, go up against some of his Korean brothers there, but not going to have the opportunity since
it's
they
out
have
of
been knocked out. Yeah. Though they get the point. First try, Alarm at 60% on his Transcendence, and Who Are You is about to have a blade.
Who Are You? 95%. Ready for the blade, and he's just trying to get it up before they get through this next door. Not able to do it here just yet. He would have liked to have just been in a perching position. Still needs to land one more shuriken. There we go. Now, you see the offense rotating around the side, but it's the old switcheroo. They come back out the courtyard. They take down Beast Halo off the rotation. It's nice. It's good, but here's the blade. The boop back immediately saves lives. What a play by Fire. Keeps out Who Are You, saves EnVision, and now, Jason, they're good to go.
They're going to use the trances. Actually be a double trance, trying to somehow hold on to this point. Beast Hale's going to come back and doesn't have his Palmer Rage, so he's not going to have the ability to stall. Alarm is playing Ring Around the Rosie from iShiny. Alarm is still somehow alive. Finally, he will be finished off. But it looks like the kills will be going all red. Who Are You going to come back in? But no one's really low for him to get any resets off of.
Who Are You goes, hey guys, hello, goodbye.
Bye guys.
Yeah, good talk, good chat. Well, that is going to be a retake for EnVision. Meanwhile, Fusion University moving their way back over. Zachary, I want to watch Zachary. He's been the man of bombs here tonight. Not going to be able to do too much to Jaro while he's getting pocketed, but he has a pocket of his own. The Orb of Harmony now attached. Zachary, 2 blinks, 1. Looking for a way in. And he's not actually trying to go in without his team. Instead, he's going at the barrier. They drop the beat. They drop the bomb. Zachary, though, does not connect.
Not gonna hit this time. Huey is looking for Buds in the backside, but he's got to help the sound barrier. Jar looks like he won't connect to his post bomb either, but the Self-Destruct actually really well placed. It's gonna catch on a Crimzo who gets knocked into the wall by Beast Halo to transfer that into a kill. And it will be going blue. It will be going FU's way. It will eventually be taking the point back, but it's just all full stall mode.
Works out well enough for Fusion University. The sound bear engage works well. It gave them good positioning. The self-destruct put it over the top. Fusion University back in the driving seat here. And now we get to look towards EnVision, where they are going to have a Transcendence here soon, but wonder how creative McGravy can get with the self-destruct.
With the way they're positioned with Beast Halo on the high ground, there might have been an opportunity to throw it in, but obviously there's no way he would potentially know of that. They could transition directly onto point, but if Elk can get there quick enough, he actually boot them off the map, so they have to be very cautious. And also, somehow Zachary gets caught up, being too aggressive. McGravy just dropping the self-destruct in the middle of his team as he gets the resuit.
Gets a resuit. McGravy doesn't get too much with self-destruct, but gets a free mech. Beast Halo out of the fight early, crack locking down. The tank front line is gone. EnVision, an opportunity to move right on through, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. You lose the tanks, you lose the game. Welcome to Overwatch in 2018.
But you can always res them, ZP.
No, you can't. Thank the Lord. Not anymore.
I just mercy meta.
The healing can be.
Twitch chat's gonna hate me for it.
Jason, the healing can begin now. It's fine.
Oh my god. Look at Zachary though. He's actually behind the entirety of EnVision. He's gonna be looking for Crimson here. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to hit, but because it's already in position, they can just jump directly on him. And they're actually all gonna retreat, all look towards him. There's the final jump coming in from Cracklet and Beast Halo. Who's gonna finally join the party. And the self-destruct gonna come in just again for the resuit. Keep that mech up.
All right, meanwhile, who are you? Moving to the point prioritization in play for Fusion University. Gonna draw out the sound barrier as you see EnVision rotate back in, and both supports are down. There's now no more healing to the backline. Who are you? Who are you indeed, as you're knocked right down to the pavement. EnVision, one team fight away from taking this map away and evening up the series. Do or die time here for Fusion University, and they need some of the stall. It's going to be up to Zachary. Zachary is going to have to touch this point from the side. 99, they get into overtime. It was Zachary, it was Winston. Beast Halo gave up his life, and now the question is it time for Who Are You to bring this back? Under pressure, here comes the blade. Are you a hero or are you a zero? Finds Crimzo. Not going to find much else. Fusion University on the ropes. Down goes Who Are You.
And not looking much like Hercules there, unfortunately for him. Cracklock is still going to be on point. Elk's going to be there to heal up as well. Cracklock is going to be desuited as quickly as he gets his suit back. But Beast Halo and Zachary are there fighting. There's still a chance for them to hold on to this one. McGravy's going to be desuited. Zachary gets a kill in a jar. McGravy's going to die as well. They're going to pull this one around.
They're bringing it back. 99%, the turnabout of the century. Or at least of the last fortnight. My goodness, that didn't expect that to happen.
It's quite a discrepancy in time, by the way. There's ZP 100 years versus 2 weeks.
You know what?
A little discrepancy in there. I think there's a lot that happened between that time.
Don't tell me the odds. Don't tell me the time. Don't tell me that I have the time sense of, I don't know what to compare it to, a 6-month-old chipmunk. I got nothing.
I thought you were going to go baby there. I don't know what. Chipmunk's all right. I'll buy it. We're going to the third point now on Legion Tower. EnVision was so close, 99%. They almost have this map in the books under their belts against a team like FU, who, I mean, they're being supported by a team already in the Overwatch League. That's like a big deal, and to be able to dethrone them as being seen as like the #1 team to beat in this tournament would be huge.
It would be huge indeed. Both teams now heading into the courtyard. Neither team engaging here just yet. You do have the fair play in progress here from Buds. So the air game prioritized by EnVision. It weakens their ground game, but if Buds is able to land enough damage from above, it's going to be enough. They lose Shiny though immediately. They target him, get rid of the tank threat, and now EnVision has to wait. They can't be as aggressive. It gives time for the aggression of Fusion University to get onto the point. It gives them more cover from Farah, and now in this closed-in area, Who Are You can play.
He's looking for some kills. He's put on the outskirts. He's able to get the kill into Shiny, and they should be able to translate this into the rest of kills as now EnVision is backing off. Now, with CP yesterday, we credited EnVision with being really good at killing tanks, just bursting tanks down quickly in their match versus Kangarna. But I don't know if it's just if they're not playing the same style or what just yet, but Beast Halo hasn't been like the target of focus as often. Maybe it's that just the name of Who Are You is causing EnVision to play a little bit different than they did yesterday.
I don't think it's just the name. I think it's also the blade in the back, but Zachary goes down. Now, you want to talk about who are you making his money? Here's the time. Your flanking partner is out of the fight. It's 5v6. What do you do? Well, you get a Transcendent to back you up, you pull out your blade, and you look to die from justice from above. But Crackalakin has his own form of justice. The self-destruct to the back takes down 2, and Fusion University still looking good.
Zachary's gonna be coming back in. He's got the pulse buff. Alarm's being left to his own devices at the edge of the fight. He's not being attacked at all, giving so much healing off, so much damage being done as well. He used the Transcendence in that last fight, and he's already 40% into the next fight. And I'm amazed now, ZP, that I just realized. Oh wait, never mind. Damn it. Ignore me. It's Boom Shakalaka, not Boom Crackalak. I thought it was NBA Jam. I was still there.
I wanted to be there with you, but yes, it's Boom Shakalaka.
5 a.m.
You did it in the 4th quarter when you were on fire, but that's where we are in Overwatch right now. 2-2, and Fusion University in the driving seat. EnVision wanted to bring this back, but they're running out of timeouts. We're late in the 4th. The sound bearer's in as EnVision diving their way back over. Buds, aided by the self-destruct, plenty of room to work with. Beast Halo out of the fight, and who are you? Takes 2 rockets to the dome, as EnVision might be bringing this one back.
Yeah, that should be a 100% turn. Really well done by McGravy to land that self-destruct catching on Beast Halo. You can't really ever underestimate how damn good divas are at throwing out these self-destructs, because there's so many opportunities for you to get kills with them, which is in these unexpected and really interesting corners. I feel like that's where Cool Matt really kind of excels or separates himself from most other divas out there. But now they have the point, but can they hold it?
We'll have to see. It's going to be a tough task indeed. It would also mean that if they don't hold it, they're looking down the barrel of a reverse sweep. Bud sniped out the swap from Zachary. Well, only went to Widow for the long-range snipe. Back to Tracer for the point pressure. Smart, intelligent plays from Zachary. Now moving forward onto the point. They did lose Beast Halo, but it's fine. Eyeshiny's gone. And it's a Winston-less fight. A little bit more chaos with tanks out of it. And this is where Zachary can play. Got another victim. Looking for more. Jaru in his sights. Jaru, though, is getting healed. It's Crimson Disguise on the Valkyrie. Keeping EnVision still in this fight. Bud's back in, but Bud's back out. Taken out at the end. And this is a crazy fight, but here comes Who Are You? Blade back out once more. The barrier does not hit him, but the blade will strike true. Doesn't find anything here just yet. Eventually settles for the Winston. And it's enough damage with the aid of Zachary.
And I think they might have been able to hold on to this one. They turned the point even while we had EnVision having members around it. Looks like McGravy's getting another kill. This time onto Who Are You? An Alarm switching over to the soldier coming back in from spawn to provide this cover. Buds gets a double, gets the kill into Zachary. He might have just saved EnVision on this map.
Got 2 kills at the end when it matters most. EnVision still streaming in. It is a slobber knocker. And now, Buds still landing the rockets needed. It's in overtime, but time is not over as EnVision so close to retaking this point.
Shiny's got to come a rage to stall if they do need to as well. Hui's gonna fall another time, this time to Buds. And Zachary is trying to do everything he can, but the damage just hasn't been there. Alarm still on the soldier, not the Zenyatta anymore. Hasn't been able to apply the pressure he's needed. They can afford to technically let this point go if they needed to, and eventually they'll be forced to give it up. As again, EnVision now with control of the point and 38% in building.
And look at the ult difference between the 2 teams. That is backbreaking to Fusion University, where all was looking well. Now they might be failing the course, where that's like the midterm that comes in that isn't what you expect. Big advantage here to EnVision as we move forward.
Pop quiz, what's gonna make you lose the point? Answer, Buds in a barrage. He's gonna push back in with the Coalescence. He gets a kill to Beast Halo, and they're gonna have to go for an immediate reset.
Good play by Buds. Able to, didn't have a barrage, but didn't even have to use it in the fight if he had it. Just controlling space with the mere threat of the concussive blast and good rockets from afar. 70% here, Jason. EnVision on the verge of this comeback.
Ice Shiny again, Primal Rage. If they try to cross this corner, you could pop that one and just knock them off. Or you could just have that happen. Beast Halo's just barely gonna survive. The point will be thrown to overtime almost no matter what. I believe that was Zachary coming to touch it.
Oh,
and McGrady's being desuited.
Look at this. Buds is being sneaky, and there's good reason. He's looking for supports on the edge. Elf not able to... Oh, cut down! Who are you? Puts an end to the Bud show. Dashing through, looking for Crimzo. Not able to complete. Crimzo fades right on out. But with Buds out of it, the supports are safe. Fusion University now a man advantage, rolling their way back in. Who are you? Looking for more, trying to finish off Lucio. Discord orb in, can't find it. But the sound barrier still helping as Buds almost getting cut right out of the sky and is.
He had a barrage too. He just wasn't able to get in there in time. There was too many threats to attack him. Finally, the points have been turned back in favor of Fusion University as they're coming back in for EnVision for their last chance, their last opportunity to take this point back in their favor.
FU fighting tooth and nail right now. EnVision falling by the dozen. At stake, the control of the map. And that is going to be Fusion University bringing it back, a 2-0 edge in the series. EnVision, you are so close, and yet so far.
Buds play the game with the tire. It's going to be, yeah, this perfect tire that he set up behind them with the Graviton. They had no idea where he was. And even I can make plays like that happen with a tire. I'm not going to mess something like that up. Anyway, so now going into our potentially final map of the series, our final map of the night. We still have 2 games to come up tomorrow, where we have No Clout waiting to play against the loser of this in a best of 5, and then the winner of that will play against the winner of this. I know it's confusing, in a best of 7 to close out our night.
It's been a very fun day of Overwatch, but it's not over yet. As Jason mentions, we do have 2 matches left tomorrow, and we still have the remainder of the series here where, let me tell you, if there's one thing Overwatch loves in history, and we see plenty of them every year, it's a reverse sweep. Not impossible to happen here. EnVision, despite getting blown out of the water in map 1, has fought tooth and nail on the next 2 maps where they fought to a tie on King's Row. Then they were within a team fight of winning on Lijiang Tower. Jason, there's no reason to think that they don't have the tools to bring this back.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's definitely a good chance that they could easily pull this one back. I mean, Dorado, let's just forget about that because no other map's been even as close to as one-sided as that was. It looks like FU's gonna be taking a quick bio break. I'm not sure if we want to head to break or not for 3 minutes, or if you just want to keep chatting.
You know, I put this, you know what, I'm going to throw it to production. We're going to take a quick break because I need a moment with the rest. That was a ridiculous series. I spare you overtalk to spare my voice. I'm very selfish. We'll be right back. to sandy, dusty, and it's definitely a desert, Temple of Anubis for what's effectively map number 4, EnVision, versus the one and only FU. And no, that's not being vulgar, that is simply Fusion University. Jason, it's been quite a series so far, even though Fusion University is up 2-0.
Yeah, Dorado, I mean, 2-0 kind of doesn't really tell the story of how this series has gone, right? We had a Dorado map that was very fast with EnVision not capturing first. Then we went on to King's Row, which actually went the full distance, and with EnVision having a second try of capturing the first point but being unable to. Then on to Lijiang Tower, which did go all the way to a 2-1 affair. And now Temple of Anubis. Last chance here for EnVision to get a map on the board and keep the series going. And another chance for FU to get through into the winners match tomorrow. I don't actually know, but maybe you do, ZP. Do they get a map advantage coming into that?
I also do not know.
So.
I would think so, given the way last beat Invitational might have worked. There is a possibility there's no advantage. It really depends. It has been run in various different ways. I should probably know these things. But one thing I want to know, the reason why we did have such a long break is that I just want to let you guys know that Elk is very thorough at washing his hands. That man is nothing but hygienic.
Okay. It's just like, all right.
You're just leaving me hanging here, Jason. But why don't we talk about the defense in the 3 seconds we have before the game begins?
Okay, well, the defense, it is standard dive with a Sombra, though, out of Alarm. And Tifa is telling me that the upper bracket team gets map choice of first map, so no map advantage. But we are seeing Buds on the Widowmaker, and we saw Buds yesterday and the work he could do on Widow here on this point.
Buds right now, looking for targets, and Bud's Widow was fearsome yesterday. Not so much here today, but look at that chunk early on. Did he get the D-Mech? He did. Crack-a-lackin' out of the mech, and that is a fantastic start for EnVision. Buds now ready to pile on, and I'm not even sure who are you can stop him right now.
He's got a Mercy in tow, so the chance of him killing is going to be very difficult, but you can see they're actually applying some pressure. Fires had to go in towards the point. Hiryu now has the opportunity to go for Buds. Run right into the Widow's mine, but he'll get the kill nonetheless. And the rest might be coming in there, but they're still holding the point.
By the way, who are you could in fact stop him. The facts have been revealed. But
that's very anticlimactic, ZP. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Can even who are you stop him? Well, yeah.
It's like, yes, in fact, he can. He very much is capable. That's unfortunate, though, for EnVision. They had a golden opportunity there. They had a man advantage, and they weren't able to make it happen. Or a man advantage in the sense that Diva was demeched, and what actually happened is you saw Crack-a-Lack go out and get back his mech just by damaging the crap out of people. So, now we go to a different phase here. Everyone's still hiding from the Widowmaker. Recon site might be out. And who are you? In the hot pursuit of Buds here once more. What's going on? They're winning the ground war as Buds is unceremoniously capped.
They're winning all the wars, it looks like right now, for Fusion University.
Yeah.
The ground battle, the air battle, the battle to the side. Who are you been able to 1v1 Buds with relative ease so far?
Their military is incredibly well equipped. That's what we're finding out here. I don't know why University is weaponized, but here we go.
Well, now Bud's going to be sticking to the Widow, though. He's looking for Zachary, but he's not able to hit the wall, unfortunately. Jaru's got the blade, and Jaru's going to use it. The EMP will be there, and Jaru will get a kill.
Buds takes down Who Are You, a well-placed shot. Who Are You not getting back up this time. 3 unanswered kills by EnVision, and this is the Widow engage they're looking for the entire time, and make it look very, very clean this time around. Now, the bigger part here, Jason, is that there's a decent ult setup here for EnVision. It's not what I would call necessarily pure advantage. I don't think you could ever say that when Who Are You has a blade, but if Who Are You gets caught by a self-destruct, this is actually quite winnable for EnVision as they swap Buds over to the Reaper.
Well, Lem's got his EMP now, though. I mean, if anything, if they get the engagement in the Catacombs with the blade and the resets here, it can be so damn deadly. They don't have no support ultimates, and you're going to need a support ultimate to stop Who Are You and his blade. That's the biggest thing that worries me. With no transfer to sound barrier, how will you stop the blade?
Yeah, and that's also the big thing, too, is that Alarm wasn't able to build up the EMP as I was saying the statement. Who Are You? Played out. EMP was in. And that'll do, Pig. That will do 3-1 in favor of Fusion University there. And it's very difficult to deal with an EMP blade setup that's that clean.
Yeah, 100%. And especially when you're all grouped up and clumped together, it's not like you can even have a barrier come in last second to save you. I would think a barrier would save you through all the damage they had there. Had to be a Transcendence. I almost want to assume they're going to be switching over, but Who Are You's actually dropped the Genji. and he's gone to now Pharah.
All right, not the most standard of plays, but if you, I think the reason is that who's going to deal with him here? It's going to have to be McGravy really prioritizing the Pharah. It certainly can't be Buds. Buds is free to this Pharah, so I think the Pharah is in direct response to Buds on the Reaper. EMP's out from Alarm, but Who Are You was nowhere near the fight after the EMP. Couldn't take advantage of it. Might not matter though. But Zachary did well enough.
Yeah, it's a good point. Who's going to deal with Who Are You? And the way you can play as Pharah here with no threats, well, you don't need a Mercy. So you keep the Sombra, you keep the Lucio. The EMP did go off, and actually EnVision are fighting their way back here. Force at the sound barrier now to both teams.
And the thing for Who Are You is that he does have to give D.Va a lot more respect here. D.Va can just fly in his face. Not a lot of airtime to use for cover. And Fusion University is still keeping this in contest, even as the attackers flood in. And with Jaro falling here, it's not really a great look. McGravy, though, gets a kill in the Who Are You, drops self-destruct. That is his main threat. They follow up the Coalescence, backed up by the Death Blossom, but it's just nothing decisive here yet. It's flashy, but they haven't taken out the defenders in an efficient enough way, but that might be changing.
It's just been one long fight. Who Are You's got his ultimate up. He's going to use it. The shield's going to be the McGravy just body blocking the rocket. With 3 minutes left of time, they still haven't captured the first tick yet, but that might be changing any moment now.
Well, the problem is too many attackers have died. Even as you have Jaro doing work around the outskirts, his teammates are gone. It's not enough. The respawn advantage for the defenders is there, and it was an illusion. Fusion University never really was in danger there.
You didn't tell me their university was for wizards and witches.
Well,
no, nothing.
Hogwarts had to have an NA branch. It's fine. I just wouldn't have expected to put your school of wizardry in Philly. It just doesn't make much sense to me. But I guess they did win the Super Bowl, so wizards are real as Crack-a-Lack it here on the point. Yeah, well, that's what it would have taken to have Nick Foles win a Super Bowl. Come on.
I think Hex is too hungover to argue with the Steelers, so we'll
He
just take
knows.
this as a victory.
He will. But also, good defense from Fusion University. We kind of got off on a tangent there, but I think it was well worth.
to shit on the Eagles.
Well, you can't do it much. They are Super Bowl champions.
They beat the Patriots, so I'm happy.
For God's sake, just talk about the game.
Well, I mean, it was a good game. Eagles just stomped now. Alarm doesn't have an EMP. He does have his EMP up though, so it's gonna be a little bit tough for him to go for the engagement. But he should have it up by the time Who Are You has a blade. Postman has gone in, and Beast Halo is gonna be immediately dropped.
Yeah, Halo's dropped immediately. Crack-a-lackin' back on the point. Now he has to be careful as he self-destruct. Wants to use it after this barrier. Now he moves in. Bud's out of the fight, and he can just wait a little bit here. The EMP comes in, and now the self-destruct is going to be making more room. If it gets even one, it should be enough for the defense here. Jaru out of the fight. Crack-a-lackin'. No self-destruct. This time in from McGravy. Doesn't get anything. And the defense is doing well enough here. Just more of attrition, bringing it back. Not decisive enough for EnVision.
And Who's got a blade down. See, the only time I would say Mercy, the old Mercy meta was not fun was on 2 CP. Because it's like, if you're defending, you get a kill. That kill doesn't really count. It's really frustrating. But here, not running the Mercy on the attack. They're still running the Reaper, which I like. I like the comp that they were running. I like it even more now that it's a Roadhog. Beast Halo and Crack-a-Lack are gonna have no chance of surviving against these tanks. And Roadhog doesn't technically need or care about the EMP. His longevity does survive off of it though with the Take a Breather. But they brewed up in the Catacombs, and that's where EMP is going to thrive, as well as the Blade.
I really like the Reaper Roadhog setup, where if you get a pick, it puts Reaper in a great position. I think it's probably underused right now in the meta. And also, Who Are You has to give a lot of respect to both the Hog and the Reaper here. But Blade is on deck. And now everyone's put in, and Buds gets looped in! The Step Blossom catches Zachary off guard. 3 unanswered kills. Who Are You? Do you have what it takes to bring this back? Gets one, looks for more, dashing over, and dead. But the damage was done of what could have been a very ugly turn for Fusion University, now still looking like a hole.
Yeah, 20 seconds left, and he just died. Just need to reset as quick as possible. Jaro knows he's not escaping this. I think that's why they're keeping him alive. They're like, all right, we're going to get you on a really bad respawn timer, and Huey's like, yeah, I want the kill. I don't care. You guys do your thing. I want my kill. 5 seconds left to go. I think that's going to be a contest on a Shiny, but no, Shiny goes down. He just got promo range.
Bad news bears for the offense. Fusion University on the verge of this successful defense now, and they can just be on easy street right now. Go for anyone that's stuck, throwing their bodies at the point to keep overtime in progress. Not a tick to be had for EnVision. Unable to get through. Zachary, you've earned the right to spaz out your spray as Fusion University now Simple conditions for knocking Vision into the lower bracket. Complete the map.
Yeah, this is. I don't know, Fusion University, maybe Kings Row is one of their weak maps. To be fair, EnVision looked really solid, even if you do say FU's weak on Kings Row. They looked really solid on KR. But since then, they've been kind of struggling to really get that found nail in the coffin. I have to give a lot of credit to Buds, though. He's been... I remember the days when he was, like, Reaper only, wasn't it, when he was on Fnatic? He was Reaper only during the Beyblade meta.
He was.
And people gave him a lot of crap when he transitioned to like a hit scan or to more of a hit scan role and projectile roles, whatever. But he's really stepped up. He's done really well with Junkrat. He's controlled Who Are You. I'm curious to see what his Genji's going to do if he does stick to it, though.
Genji, or rather, Buds has been putting more time into projectile DPS in recent days. He has sort of transformed himself into a more versatile player. I still think his projectile play is somewhat hit or miss, but it has been a work in progress. So seeing Buds on projectile now is not sort of the what face that it was a few months back or even a year or so back. So Buds is continually improving as a player, and they're going to need that level of improvement here in this defense because best chance of extending the series is having a first point hold.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult to do, but I think Crimson with the Sombra can definitely provide it. I'm just curious, if you're in their position, do you go for that first point hold, you commit everything to it, or do you try to go for the potential draw?
I think you go for the first point hold here. I think you go all in, you take any victory you can get, and of course, if it comes down to it that you lose the first point hold, you might be in a rough position for the first defense on second, but it's still doable there. I think you keep all options open.
Well,
but
I know it's a stupid question. It's like, do you go for the win or do you play for the draw? Obviously, you would have played for the win, but it's more of like, do you think they should go for like special composition to hold first to commit for the win?
I think that's more useful than people give it credit for. I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen things like Symmetra or like Torb even be considered for a gamble on a bigger hold, but Sombra is about the closest you get. Crimzo on the Sombra right now, and they just have to withstand this initial support to give Sombra the time to build up the EMP and get that momentum going, but easier said than done because here comes the flood. Beast Halo moves in, and well, they built a dam. Buds takes down 2 immediately, crushes the tank dive, and Vision might be in a good spot for this first hold.
I mean, considering Buds now has his blade almost at 75%, they didn't even need Crimzo's EMP, and Shiny, if he can just stay alive, he can feed over like 50% to Crimzo. That would be huge for him, and I think he's actually going to do that.
Ooh.
See, yeah, Crimson at 57% on his ultimate now. He's going to wait for the next Mega to respawn, back to 73%.
Dude, speaking of being a wizard there, McGravy just landing every Bunny Blaster shot to get back into the D.Va mech. Well played here by EnVision, and Jason, if they need this first point hold, they're well on their way.
It's a good start. They still got a lot of time to go, though. Can't count your chickens before they hatch. The EMP's going to be there. Bud's got his blade ready to go. There's going to be no portal twist to counter him from going in either. And again, they're going high ground. They're pushing directly into a position where they could be countered on. And Shiny and Fire both get taken really low by that full spawn.
Buds thought he'd go into the party room and make it a party. Instead, the bouncer said, "You're not cool enough." Knocked out at the door in the beginning. And now the blade, a waste. Who are you gonna say, "That's a blade"? Let me show you a blade, my buddy, Buds. Takes down 1. It's actually not that impressive, but the fight was basically already won. They're fine.
It's a little bit of BM for him, like saying, I can use a blade too and waste it, just like Buds did. But now going to the push, 6 minutes for 1 tick ZP. The likelihood of the defending team holding this is so slim, but if they're going to do it, they have to start with this first defense. They gotta get Crimson's EMP up. They're gonna have to use Fire Sound Barrier 100%.
Well, Barrier v Barrier, both teams feeling the music, feeling the beat. Who are you? Diving to the back, nowhere close to a blade this time around. Beast Halo doesn't Primal Rage in time. That's huge. He would still be up in this fight. This would be a much more winnable fight for Fusion University. Now it's more even with the Spenders having a strong spawn advantage, and they might have to look at regrets, although, I don't know. They still have both flankers on the point. They're bringing it back. Never say never, never give up. And Fusion University is still in this, Jason.
I didn't know I was casting with Justin Bieber here.
Was that really a Bieberism?
Yeah, never say never. Or never stop. I don't remember. I swear this like never say never is a Justin Bieber movie or something.
I was channeling classic Marvel 2.
Alright,
God
we'll go
help
with
me.
that. I trust you. I trust you 100% on that, actually. Buds has got his blade.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's fine. No,
Okay,
it's
Buds
fine.
has
I'm
his
not
blade.
derailing us. It's been late night, but Buds has the blade. Who are you about to have one of his own? EMP, though, going to be the Demon to Slay.
And Zachary's got the Reaper picked up now, so he dropped the Tracer. Huey's about to have a Blade, and Huey's been playing away from his team, so it's going to be really hard to EMP him and the rest of his team. And considering Buds has been the big focus and EnVision has him as a big priority target, I don't know if they're able to hit this perfectly.
EMP came out, but Where You wasn't tagged. He can bring out the Blade in response to this. It's just a matter of how much they want to commit. Buds down. They're only down one. The EMP's effects have faded. Fusion University, this is their time. Their time is now. Who are you? Blade out. No targets. No targets at all. Boots away from Lucio. The Blade only tickling Winston when he's already angry. Still,
Sound barrier, though.
Yeah, the barrier's used. Fusion University's still in a good spot, but they lost Beast Halo. If they don't get an equalizer soon, it's going to be for naught. Jaro goes down. That's a start.
Crimso's coming back in. Another EMP up. He used it in the last fight. 89% they can finish him up before he gets it available. Zachary does use the Death Blossom. He picks up so many kills. Crimso, he's got the EMP. But do they have the people?
They're there. They got it. And the lower bracket welcomes you EnVision. Can you see that?
Fusion University. We have our final games for tomorrow, don't we, here, ZP?
We do.
We got Fusion University waiting in the upper bracket, and we've got EnVision versus No Clout in the loser bracket finals.
And that's a rematch, which, of course, EnVision was able to win the first round. But No Clout now has some game tape to look at as they prep for the future. Still, series that we just watched was rather entertaining. Good Overwatch on both sides, and Fusion University just a grade above.
Yeah, looking good. I think we've kind of come to the conclusion that Zachary's definitely stepped up within the team. Who Are You is still Who Are You. I think Elk and Alarm have melded really well together considering how little time they have had. And then to talk, positive about EnVision, Buds, he's performing damn well. Crimso, I think, is probably one of the newest supports that I've heard of that I've been impressed with. His Zen has been fantastic. We didn't get to see much of it today, though. He's been on Moira, I think, for a majority of the games. And all in all, I think we're seeing some, good promise out of the tier 2 teams in NA.
Very exciting, and I know EnVision's been in a period of rebuild, but if this is what they have to show, it's good. And for Fusion University, of course, they are the champions so far, but they still have to prove it tomorrow. But guys, it has been a long night. It has been a late night. The sun is shining in Germany, where Jason wonders what has gone wrong with his life. So with that, we will bid you adieu until tomorrow, where the finals will be occurring. Please join us then.